Hey guys, it's Ramon again, uh, coming to you on my channel, Bold Like a Leopard, and we're gonna relate today to the terror attack at the um, congressional baseball practice for the Republican leadership, and I kind of had a different take on it, probably than a lot of people. I don't. I think things like this kind of tend to happen, and as disturbing as some people find it, there's countries like Colombia or even obviously in the Middle East where this is daily life. So if you're so disturbed by it, then the best idea is to figure out ways to make it less common for representatives to be assassinated. Now, let me give you a little perspective on it. I've always said, I have strong opinions. So if I hate a politician, I don't really care if something bad happens to them necessarily. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that I don't sympathize with the family of Representative Scalise, because I know people who have been shot and have been shot at. Um, so it's not a matter of that. I'm just trying to say that everybody does have very strong opinions nowadays about their politicians. You could have these people doing the Shakespeare in the Park and the Kathy Griffin um, video or whatever the fuck that thing was. And then there's the Bill Maher issue and everything. And a lot of people on the conservative side are getting, pissed off about it, and they're losing their temper and trying. I don't know about losing their temper, but there was obviously a very strong response to those things. And to me, I think that censorship would still be just the wrong step. I think that we still need, even if these are horrible, distasteful things, and they're ones that I don't like at all. One of the, sorry, I just saw this comment from a coworker online. I gotta react, but former coworker, but probably one of the best that I've seen. Look, people should still be able to say things that are mean and nasty, because it really gets you to figure out who they are and what makes them tick. And if they're willing to do that, and you find that to be a problem, then you know what's the real objective in their minds. And I find it when I'm headed down that rabbit hole where I dislike somebody to such a degree. I try kind of to take more of a circumspect approach to it. If you've watched some of my other videos on the channel, I think they were for a time, they were the most popular videos on my channel, which is not saying much. But the Clinton library, the President and Hillary Clinton library collection. Yes, there's the President Clinton and there's Hillary Clinton. They're not the same person. Let's remember that so we can focus on the positive. But I read those books, and I do hate Hillary Clinton on a very basic level. I hate her. I also don't like Chelsea at all. I think she's a complete bitch and an idiot. And Bill Clinton is a horrible person, even though he has some redeeming characteristics, in terms of his personality. But you do have to take the full picture. Why was President Clinton such a success? Because for all the reasons I'm not going to go through now, because you can see those videos and you can see that there's reasons that these people do succeed, that you have to hand it to them that it got them there. Maybe not in all cases, but it's always useful just to remember that you're talking about a human being, and they have flaws and advantages and things that make them who they are, and we can't go and just pretend that now, because there's been a shooting and there's been a certain person who's suffered because of this, Now we're supposed to go and lose all of our lose our cool about it. Look, yeah, yes, we should definitely stay on our principles, continue to support private firearm ownership, gun ownership, and things like that. But you can't just rely on gun ownership. Okay, people they tend to take a major position and then only commit to that position without really thinking about more measures to make it an even better case. It's always better to do a couple extra steps to make your case more airtight if you're making an argument. So everybody's talking about gun ownership. Owning a weapon is not the only way to defend yourself. I think taking self-defense classes is a good way to defend yourself. Now, if you notice, a lot of these people that are against gun control, especially these radical feminists, or sorry, they're against gun ownership, they're pro-gun control. These radical feminists, they also, in some cases, I've seen that they oppose women's self-defense classes and things like that. Then you finally see if these are people that are really serious about addressing an issue, or if they're just trying to stand on a hill and take a charge. Okay? And if they are the second category, these people that they're all about dogma and ideology and whatever. I was just having an argument on a different topic with somebody who would not bring up anything to support his argument. That's when you know who they are. That's how you know, and like, why you think the way that you do, and why it's important for you to express your opinions and make them clear to other people. It's not always something that's as clear as day. So, like I said, I don't believe everybody's talking about how the incitement and the rhetoric against President Trump is the problem. Yeah, yes, it's a problem, but you can't stop people from expressing their opinions, and even if they're very distasteful to you and they make you they kind of make your blood boil. Just remember, like I said, these are people that they're revealing who they are and what really makes them tick. It's been revealed. I mean, look at what's happened. It's been revealed that this whole "Love Trump's hate" slogan is just a concocted corporate, deception. It doesn't. They don't hold to that. They don't. If they did, they wouldn't be behaving the way that they do. You had Maxine Waters, I think yesterday or the day before, go to some stupid gay pride protest and just chant against President Trump for a good 3 or 4 minutes. These people are not out there in order to better society. They're out there in order to promote an agenda and maybe just to promote themselves. And that's how, if you let them keep doing this and respond with clear alternatives, then I don't think that they're really going to make any real progress. And those of you that are thinking this could be the beginning of a civil war, look, I can't say that there's no signs that that's going to happen, but I go to my job. I can just speak from personal experience. People are not ready to take up arms over there, and those are people that have problems with President Trump, for example, or whatever. The majority of Americans want to go back to succeeding and prospering and being among people that they enjoy spending their time with, people that they love, their families, friends, and whatever. They don't want to get into another civil war. The only thing that can make that happen is if we continue to see people take actions like happened today. So, we're going to have to see what happens, if this is going to cause a moment of introspection among the political left. But the ball is in their court in that case. We can't just force them to change their own behavior and way of looking at the world. So this is Ramon, Bold Like a Leopard. Have a great evening, you know, suit up, get ready for work tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. You know, that's about it for today. Uh, Comment below, share, like the video, and let me know. I mean, do you think are we headed towards a bigger conflict, or are you seeing what I'm seeing, that people are kind of worn out and tired of this nonsense?